It truly was a pleasure visiting with the girls of 3G and 3H. They were all eager to learn what it takes to be a journalist, and there were questions aplenty, forcing this journalist to think fast on his feet, thoroughly impressed by the eagerness of the young ladies as they pressed for more and more information. They would often use their own wow words in asking their questions, and were more than able to tell me the meaning of the wow words which I used to explain that writing a news story was almost exactly the same as writing a story in the classroom. There is always a catchy beginning, or so I like to think, a nice fat middle where all the information is, and a neat ending to tie it all together. They did seem a bit surprised though when they heard that the news may not always contain the truth, but it does the facts from which the truth can be extracted. My wow word. They learned that a light story is kind of like this one. A human interest story, which is basically about someone interesting in the community, like Mrs. Hill and Mrs. George, and hard news, which they didn't seem too keen on, and which frankly most reporters don't like, because they're so boring. One of the biggest questions I was asked is, how do I get the information for the news? Well, of course, that's a process called research, something the girls knew only too well about, as they had done research into units of their own. 3H, for instance, had done loads of research on lionfish, and were able to teach me a thing or two, like the fact that lionfish are predatory, and will eat until they're as filled as an egg, and still would not pass up snatching another bite if they could. They taught me as well that lionfish have no natural predators, and other fish do not eat their eggs because those eggs are protected by an outer gel. And one of the most interesting things which I learned from the girls is that a female lionfish can lay up to 30,000 eggs every 4 days. Now, could you imagine if those were kids and they were all coming to BHS? Now, 3G also did tons of research. Theirs was based on turtle protection and how we can make life safer for these extraordinary creatures. Did you know that you can start by simply changing the way you shop? And no, I don't mean whether it's buy Bermuda or shop online either. So you mummies can put your purses away, thank you. The girls from 3G taught me that by taking reusable bags to the supermarket when you do the weekly shop, it means fewer plastic bags get into the ocean to be mistaken for jellyfish and eaten by the turtles. And the girls say as well, they all tie their party balloons to their wrists. I thought, wow, what cool bracelets that might make. Then they told me it's to prevent the balloons blowing away and ending up in the ocean as well. Again, not to be mistaken for jellyfish and gobbled up by those turtles. So I have to say that it was truly an amazing visit with the young ladies of 3G and 3H, and 3I, and my right-hand man and cameraman Trevor Lindsay would like to say thank you so very much for allowing us to come chat with you. Gary Moreno, reporting for ZBM News 9.